Hey, what's up guys? I have another Brown Dust 2 video for you today, and we will be talking about the changes to Evil Castle ranking system or point system, or whatever you want to call it. Now, I already talked about my fears about the changes back in the previous two videos, I believe. There was one that was the dev update, and one of them was the patch notes themselves I quickly mentioned. So this time around I wanted to make an actual video after experiencing the changes, and the TLDR is it basically confirmed exactly what I was afraid of, but I will go a little more in depth how it works, what you can expect, show you a little bit, and yeah, let's dive into it. And also, before we start, I also want to mention that my account is fully free to play, just as a side note, so you don't think I'm a whale or whatever. Just so we're clear, I'm free to play, so I will be mostly speaking from the free to play perspective. And yeah, all right, let's start. So they changed how the scoring system works in the Evil Castle, and how you obtain the points, or what you get those points for, rather. So you start with the default score of 0, right? Like before, you had the basic score, from which you were getting the subtractions, right? Like if you did something wrong, then they would subtract the score. They would add some additional like bonuses and stuff. Now it starts at 0, so it's easier to track like how well you're doing. So nothing important in terms of that change, to be honest. The turn scores stayed the same, so you still have to, like previously, clear in one turn to get the maximum amount of points for at least that category. So it's still a one turn thing. Also, all the challenges for the stages still stay the same, so you still have to use specific team comp for each floor. So for example, for floor 1 you have to use the 4 fire characters. You have to clear in one turn to get all the points, stuff like that. Okay, now one thing, actually before that, yeah, survival score change was also a thing, which is basically, it got changed. Before it was better in my opinion, because before you had bonus points awarded for you based on how many members of your team survived the fight, meaning if no one died, you were getting maximum points. I think that was a better idea. Now instead, the bonus points are awarded to the percentage of the remaining HP for the characters, meaning for you to get maximum amount of points right now, all of your character had to finish the fight with maximum HP. Now, why is it bad? Well, you can say, okay, well, if I'm clearing in turn 1, surely none of my characters die then, right? Wrong, because if you're using stuff like Laffel, for example, right? His skill costs maximum HP, meaning by using his skill, you're actually costing yourself score, at least on that category. Now, in my scoring, I still use his skill. The reason for it is because he gives points for another category, which we'll come to later in the video. But this is, I don't know why this change was even made. Like I don't really think it improves anything necessarily, and it also doesn't really make the content harder. It just makes it more annoying now to do, because for you to get the maximum points on that category, now you're restricted to not using skills that cost you max HP or cost you any HP. And if you somehow get damaged, or there's maybe, I don't know, like a counter damage on enemies, so like if they by default have some reflection maybe or something, well, now you have to like somehow steer clear in one turn and not get hit, or if you get hit, not lose much HP or any HP at all, or have some regens to like negate that. It's just unnecessary, in my opinion. But yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. The next category is the retry points. That one is actually the change I like the most. I think that's the only good change in the whole Evil Castle stuff, which is the deletion of the point cost for retrying the battle. I think it's silly that you had to do the whole floor in one go without mistake, and if you did, then you had to restart the whole thing. I think being able to retry this specific fight until you get the perfect RNG, I think that's definitely way better. It just provides better gameplay and you can get it done quicker. So I'm definitely for that change. Next one is the damaging score. So this is the category that like would require you or would like push you towards using skills for Lawful, for example, because based on highest damage you do in first turn, you get awarded bonus points. Now I don't know how many bonus points you get actually, if it's like a meaningless amount or is it actually pretty big meaningful amount, hard to say, but you do get bonus points based on how much damage you do. So basically you're fishing for the biggest crit in turn 1, which will give you extra scoring. So you're trying to do that while also trying to clear everything in one turn, while also trying to not lose any HP. You can see how it quickly becomes very restrictive in terms of the points awarded. So now I did the first floor, okay? I did not do the rest of the floors yet. I did the first one. I see the experience. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I want to do from now on, if this is how the Evil Castle will be. You might have different opinions or different routes. It's on you, but after experiencing, I know what I want to do. I want to just clear the floor, don't care about any of the scoring whatsoever. The reason for it is simple. You just don't get... it's very hard to get into the top, and even if you do get into the top, it's barely... It doesn't really matter. Like, I'll be honest, it literally does not matter. So, right now, I'm rank 52, which is, I guess, decent, especially for free-to-play, but this is... Like, I'm expecting to drop down. Like, this is day 2 or something of Evil Castle season, so my rank will definitely fall down. I'm expecting to fall down even from my reward category, which is like I'm at almost very top of it, but I'm pretty sure I will drop out of it. So as you can see, the distribution is for first place, second place, third place, 4th to 10, 11th to 50th, 51st to 100th, 200th, 300th, and other rank. So right now, I'm right here. I'm 52nd, so I'm like almost in the 11th to 50th reward, but not quite. But I think I will still drop out of the like from 52nd place. I will probably drop out below 100th, I would expect, maybe even lower than that, honestly. So the rewards we're looking at for me after having decent account and trying hard is 9, maybe 8 crystals, around this. If you're doing out of rank, you're getting 6. So big whoop, you're losing 2 crystals, maybe 3 crystals, if you have good account and you tried hard. Like, this is min-max. I had max HP on everyone. I cleared turn 1 everything. I was using fire units for that floor, and my Lawful was critting for 74,000 damage. So, and I was healing him between the fights as well. So like extra try hard, I guess you can call it. So he was max HP at the start of every fight. So, you know, the only cost was the skill itself. So, and this is where I landed. So, yeah, this is just not worth. Like, in my opinion, it's not worth. that's why I see those changes as big negative, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad because now I don't have to worry about the rewards and stuff. Like I don't have to be okay. I know I can get rank 1 and I will be missing nice rewards for it. Now I know I cannot reach anywhere on top. So when I look at the rewards, I'm like, you know what? I cannot reach anywhere on top anyway. So who cares? Like my rewards, I'm missing very little for the effort I would have to do. So I don't know. For me, it's kind of a blessing that the changes are what they are, because now I have a perfect excuse not to give a fuck about it even more. Like I already didn't care much, but now I can completely ignore it and do the basic stuff, which is just clear the floors and be done and move on. And that's what I would advise for most people. I just don't think you're gonna be reaching any like high places unless you have very good units for the specific floor and you want to try harder. Then by all means you can do that. Like, you know, if you happen to have the units and you can do it, then why not, right? Like if you don't mind spending extra time on it, sure. But for me, I will just stay out of it. I will do my out of rank for all of the floors from now on, and yeah, that's what I think, and that's what I'll be doing. And you know, whatever makes you happy, basically, whatever way you want to approach this content. But this is just some I don't know, like guideline or at least like some kind of showcase to show you like how difficult it will be. This is floor 1 we're talking about, where the gear doesn't really matter too much, but I can only imagine how bad it is like floor 3, 4, 5, 6. So for the reference, the stuff I've been using is like level 100 Leatrice, with her gear being okay-ish. I don't really have I didn't really craft much gear recently. I've been very low maintenance on the game. I've been just doing my daily stuff and pretty much it. So I did not craft pieces in a long while. So one day I'll probably do like a big crafting session, just craft a lot of gear. But for now I'm just sitting on whatever. So here's my Leatrice, which is okay, I suppose. This is my Laffle, relatively good. It's not level 100 though, so there's still room to improvement, and that is what I meant when I said that this will be a whale fight, because like I could rank higher if I had him +5. Like I would deal way higher damage. If I had him level 100, I would deal way higher damage too, because it's 20 levels of attack in terms of growth, and then that gets multiplied. So like that would be a big DPS increase. I don't know how many points I would gain for having even bigger crit, but I definitely could break probably like the 100k mark easily. So and that applies for all of the characters. It would make it a bit easier to reach those heights. I can see Ruby, she's just on whatever gear. I needed specific patterns. I don't really have the units, honestly, even for the floor 1. I feel like I could have had better units. I constantly run into problem with SP, so that also would be nice if everyone was just cheaper, right? Laffle would be 2 SP cost, Leatrice would be 5 instead of 6, so like everyone could be even cheaper on their skills, which would help me a lot too. I had to be very creative with positioning and how I'm using skills to be able to clear turn 1 with those characters, I'll be honest. Yeah, even her, like, she had decent gear. So, but everything is like level 80 minus Leatrice. So this is kind of like the benchmark of what I've been using to be able to like clear and get this score. So like I said, it's just gonna be hard, especially with the dupes too. It's, you look at the rankings, if you want to go like top, and in comparison, like I was trying hard, and there's already someone who's like 3,000 more points than me, right? Like that's just gonna be hard to make up. Like, how did he has 3,000 more points? Well, the only category he can like get more points at is not lose HP, so he was not using Claffle for the skills, right? So he didn't get the penalty for that 5% HP loss. And then he had to have high crit still, so he was using a different unit that can crit very high. That was a red unit, so probably all of them were 100, and probably the damage one had to be +5 then. And that's what I mean. Like, it's just gonna be hard to be at the top or even near the top. Like with my okay gear right now, like and decent like account, I can get into some of the brackets for rewards, but those are relatively low brackets, and yeah, it's just gonna be tough. But again, rewards I don't think are that worth it, to be honest, unless you can go like rank 1, rank 2, then sure. But at that point, you're probably already stacked on your account in terms of units, in terms of gear, in terms of everything, really. So I don't think then those rewards even mean anything to you, because like you can craft more gear. Wow, you already have plenty of good gear at that point. So yeah, those are my basic thoughts on the Evil Castle and the changes. Hope this like clears out the air for some of you, and gives you kind of a preview of how the mode works right now and what you can expect from it, and you can decide for yourself if it's worth for you to stress over those rewards and try to get max score, or just ignore it and do it complete chill mode of I'm just gonna clear my floor for the rewards and move on. So I mean, let me know what you guys think, and until I see you next time, peace.